Chuck E. Cheese, maybe Toys R Us, who knows? Chuck E. Cheese, let's go. NFT Action show.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the NFT Action News. Things are going to get really freaky, really quick around here. It's going to be a crazy week. There's a lot going on in the spaces. Says people are nutty. My name is LeftHousr. I'm joined by my brother, Emily Left, and the great and one and only Penguin here on this fine, fabulous Monk Day. We have an incredible guest coming in to join us hot today. The digital asset is here, waiting in the wings. There we go. How you, Em?
No, I'm ringing the bell. I'm feeling good. It's a Metaforce Monday. You're back. I'm back. I feel great. I'm ready to go. Happy Monk Day to us all. The Penguin's here with us as usual.
Hello, hello. How's it going? You two sound amazing.
Yeah, feeling good.
At the right at the top, I don't know why LeftHousr, I got like a Woody Allen vibe from you. Things are gonna get weird, and I don't know why. I've never heard Woody Allen say things are gonna get weird, although undoubtedly they have when he's around. But nevertheless,
True.
I don't know why I brought up Woody Allen. Awkward. Anywho, welcome back to your own show. I'm happy to see you.
Me from time to
It
happens. It happens. Awesome. And everybody's frozen.
Where'd you go? Oh, who knows who was the culprit of the freeze?
Oh, that was weird. Probably me.
Oh, it's happening again.
You guys are frozen again.
It's happening again. StreamYard's revolting. It's saying you've got to be here every day or you'll be here no days.
Well,
Emmett, you're just muted. Still muted.
what is going on here? This has turned into a shite. Like you said, I said things were going to get weird, and it's getting weird really quick. Em, you with us?
I am. Yes.
Okay.
Live television, folks. Anything can happen.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, shit. Should we pull in our guest and just jump right into it?
Yeah, but I think you might still be frozen.
Me?
Yeah.
I am frozen. You're right. All right. I'm going to go away. You guys handle the show for a second.
All right, Mr. Penguin. Let's do it. Let's bring in the digital asset. Let's just get straight into it. We'll come back to Metaforce a little later on towards the end of the episode, maybe. How's that sound?
I think that sounds fantastic.
All right.
What's going on, guys?
Welcome.
How's it
Seems
going?
like you're going to take a hit of the acid today.
A little bit.
You mean again? Or
Again?
Case of the Mondays.
Yeah, I tell you.
What's going on, guys? I'm the digital acid, otherwise known as Sebastian, and yeah, I'm a wax OG maybe at this point, but also, you know, I'm a multi-chain, so you know we're not just keeping it to that. Quick plug: thedigitalacid.com. You get filled in on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'll share that right now.
Happy to be here with y'all, and yeah, let's get into the action news. What kind of action?
I'm sorry, I missed everything you said because I was staring at your amazing environment there you got. I love the neon and the just decorated enough bookshelf. Like it's just perfect.
So the TDA is, if you haven't figured it out yet, it's the digital acid.
Oh, okay.
And there you go. We actually just relocated studios, so the minimalism here is slightly intended, but normally there's a bunch of VR headsets and AR headsets and crypto stuff on the shelves.
I'm digging it.
But this time not so much. And you got our site up there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. First of all, thank you for joining us for sure on the NFT Action News here. Definitely an OG, I would say, for sure. On the wax side of things, that's where I came across your work, and then kind of stumbled into you through a couple different people. Ken, for sure, one of them, and yeah, very cool to get you on. for sure.
Cool.
So thank you for joining us.
We've got a kitten.
Yeah, sorry if I'm on stream, so is this one. But
I've got two running around, and they were just making some noise. I was wondering if they were going to make an appearance. Yeah, so maybe I'll drop the quick plug here for what you're looking at. So the digital asset starts prior to NFTs, actually. And we kind of brought it's kind of funny because the digital asset or acid, it just fits so perfectly. But prior to this, we had a podcast running for multiple years, interviewing tech tech innovators from virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence. And the idea was kind of like to fuse culture and technology, because like often we look at these things like these innovations and it's like, that's great, but for most people it's like, okay, but why should I care? Like drone delivery is cool for medical supplies, but talk to me about dropping me some like Supreme or a skateboard or something to my house. Now I care, right? And so I've been on this quest for quite some time. I spent 5 years in Silicon Valley, and when I came back to Miami, I realized like most people didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And I realized there's like this huge communication barrier, and then also like relevance, like why should I care? People talk about how before they say why. And so I think culture is the big connector there. Like we like, so music, fashion, art, that kind of stuff, the things that we use every day, the invention of photography is incredible. But what's more important is like the culture we formed around it, from 35 millimeter leading all the way up to Instagram. It's how we used it. So that's kind of a little bit of the background. So I wanted to do the coolest streetwear. I noticed that like a lot of technology shirts and clothing was like stuff from conferences, like with a logo on it or something. So I got my machine learning shirt today on, and you can buy all these on the site. So the NFT ones have QR codes, especially those ones have augmented reality when you scan it, and then on the shoulder it links to the NFT.
Wow.
And we're about to expand this. We're going to do season 2. I'm super excited for the merch of that. But these are fun. So so right there at the bottom of the shirt, you scan that, and that's Dutchie, by the way. So that's our like flagship product aside from blockchain blunts. And I'll tell you about Dutchie and why you should care. And we're going to give away a Dutchie today. They're pretty rare nowadays. But I'll get to that journey, because we start off with blunts, and then we end up with a character that smokes the blunts. So we started on the Wax blockchain, I think in like February something of last year. But I think it was already buying stuff like up like December the year prior. But it was around like Ken and Twerky and Senior Lupe, a lot of those people influential early on. And I don't know, so if you scroll all the way to the bottom, I think all this is chronological. We started off with just a blockchain blunts OG flavor.
There it is. Right. Dude, I remember these, the backwoods packs.
Right. And so we already had shirts that had like this blockchain, blunts sort of logo. It's just kind of funny because we started the Telegram, and people knew us as blockchain blunts first and not digital acid. Okay. So you'll hear like different versions of who we are throughout the blockchain. And so, and basically this was before blends, before Nefty or anything. Mm-hmm. And so when I minted these, I didn't expect them to sell out. And when they did sell out, people were like, so what's inside? And I was like, what's inside? What do you mean what's inside? At the time, NFT was so new to me, and everyone around us really in February. I mean, we're talking pre-Bored Apes, we're talking a lot of things. And so then we decided, we created a blunt, and we started this little culture in the room. I wanted to highlight sort of the mechanics that are really cool on Wax, which is transferring and burning for free. And that's sort of a flex if you think about other blockchains, right? We started this thing about trust. It was kind of strange. Like first it was like this, almost like a how do you say, like performance art, I would say. So we started passing around the blunts in a circle. So we'd get a list of names and everybody would have to, so someone would volunteer their blunt and they'd go, all right, I'm putting up the blunt. Everybody could smoke off of this. And we'd pass it in a loop. And we try to, we do 2 or 3 full loops. We're aggressive about it too. Cause we're like, if you got to do the dishes, if you got something to do, don't join the cipher. Cause if you run off with the blunt, we know who you are. Like it's on the blockchain. So it's like this digital trust. We start there, right? Then we get into this whole madness about burning NFTs and some craziness drama arrives and people are burning each other's NFTs and stuff. So we become like this brand that's like all about burning. It's a bit chaotic, even to the point where I was like asking people to, it'd be 3 a.m. I had this idea. So like, this is like no roadmap, right? So it's like, all right, someone give me their blunt pack and I want you to burn it. Okay. And don't ask me why. Don't ask me why, just do it. If you want in, you can do it. If not, like step out. And this guy, Nico from Italy, he's at a train station. He's like, you know what? I'll do it. So he shows me the proof burned. And I was like, all right, send me a DM and we'll work this out. So I said, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I asked you to burn it, but we're going to work it out. And so I told him, here's the option. I can make you something unique, or you can pick anything from my wallet and you can keep it. Just to, And so I think he picked like at the time, like a $400, $300 or $400 NFT. And I sent it to him. And then of course, like goes in the room. Oh my God, he does the selfie video. That's crazy. And so I think that's where our story begins.
Yeah.
And so some of you may know about Boneheads on the Wax blockchain. So that we
just had him on the show a couple weeks ago for the first time.
Yeah. So we joined about around the same time. I don't think he was whitelisted at the time. And so we did this pack here with QVN, and we did a community vote where it was 1 wax votes, and it was against 4 other collections, and we just wiped it. We killed it. And so people got airdropped this blunt pack, and it was crazy to see people flipping these for like hundreds of dollars, like especially at the time. And so you had people who paid 1 wax for it. It was amazing.
Crazy.
And so then the lighter surfaces. And so now the lighter was like, if you burn the lighter, now you get this premium pack go up a little bit. Oh
my bad. I'll take a step.
That's cool. And there's so you got this like super loud pack, and that's with loud. Yeah. So it's all enhanced. It's got the character on there, and you got Fried Fredward popping up. That's kind of how it started, was like this blunt somehow has this magical power. And when you smoke it, it's like something else happens. And so, so if you go up a little bit more, we did a collaboration with, maybe it's up higher, but we did one with Precognition, which is Nate Milton. He also is sort of Bonehead's right-hand man, and they did a bunch of stuff on Adult Swim, and he's worked with like Airbnb and like a bunch of cool products. But this here is Dutchie. Now Dutchie is a huge turning point for our brand because he becomes a permanent part of the line, and what a lot of people know us for is now Dutchie. So it's like this confusion, like, are you digital asset? Are you blockchain blunts? Are you Dutchie? The answer is all those things.
You can probably only get the Dutchie from the left-hand side, right?
Well, that's how it started. So we were like, we dropped the song in there. We're like, okay, this is the anthem. Like everybody play this song like every day. Do me a favor, play Pass the Dutchie from the left-hand side every day. So it's poetic. We're here with LeftHousr.
Yes.
And so
smoking a joint.
And so me and Wampa Stampa, which is another creator on the Wax blockchain, super talented. He's got a cool PFP series called Balaclavas, and I'll talk more about that. Super sick, multi-chain. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And so me and Wampa Stampa start like talking, and if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see some sneakers. We're giving away those sneakers today. There's a tiny story about that. If you guys remember, Reebok dropped on wax. And I used to be a sneakerhead growing up. So Reebok coming to wax was like, and it was instantly thousands of dollars, right? So I got priced out immediately. And it was kind of sad because it reminded me of school when you couldn't afford the cool shoes. And so we started on this idea of making better bootlegs of the Reeboks. And originally this didn't say Wampa TDA, it said Rebought. And so we did it, and the community was like, listen, you're going to get blacklisted, like, don't do that. And so we took the Rebought off, and it's sort of just for the collectors, they know. And it started off with those sneakers. And then it started with this idea of like, wait a second here, the underdog. And it brought up a lot of childhood stuff, like not having, the not haves, pass the duchy from the left hand side. There's a theme forming here, right? So it's like, who is duchy? And so so when you get the regular duchy there, it's called underdog duchy. So scroll down just a little bit more, and there you go. That's the OG. So he's a level 1. And in order to get him to level 1, what do you got to do? You got to open that blunt pack and make him smoke the blunt. And then he becomes Mega Dank level 2. Now, mind you, when we drop this, it's augmented reality enabled. So every time that you blend up, your augmented reality character changes. And this is at drop. Cool. So it's pretty dope. You can take a photo with him. You can take a video with him. And we have a whole photo gallery of people taking photos and videos with Dutchy all around the world. It's amazing. Yeah. People go rock climbing, and they send photos of him on the mountain smoking a blunt, telling us this whole story about how, he went to go find weed and he couldn't find it. And I mean, it's just really cool to be like interactive. And so basically, the story starts with Dutchy. He smokes his blunt to get to level 2. Then he throws on his thrift store sweater. And then he throws on his secondhand sneakers and his yard sale skateboard. And if you notice, there's a theme there. But he always starts off with his gold chain. Why? Because he has value no matter what, right? Even if you don't have nothing, he's got his gold chains. These are all conscious decisions that we just really ran through, like, who is Dutchy? And so today we're going to be giving away a Dutchy level 1, a pack of blunt, which you need to open the blunt pack on the blends page and then blend it together with him. And then you throw on the shirt, then you throw on the sneakers, and then the skateboard. And so, as you guessed it, that destroys all the original accessories. So there's only 420 max supply, but we keep fractioning it by offering new variants that open up. But you have to be at level 5, or you have to be at level 4, these kinds of things. So, so you could end. So the first max supply is 420, but we've dropped the Dutchy that was limited to 4, limited to 1. Right. So the idea is we've for the last year been dropping more and more variants, and that means that the OG unblended Dutchy is becoming rarer and rarer. I think over 200 have been burned, so there's really only like 200 and something left. But then it gets fractioned at every level. So I think we have 13 or 14 variants, all AR enabled. And then we did cross collection blends with Ken. So we also built the Kenny doll, if you guys have seen him before.
Yeah, he was. I think he gave one away on the show when he came on. Yeah,
and that's
got one.
So we also, Kenny is, obviously Dutchy's friend, and then there's Spliffy, which is another character. We'll get into that. But Dutchy and Kenny is, they're friends forever, and you can throw Kenny's visor or his fanny pack. Any of those accessories can be cross-blended from Ken Bozak collection over to the digital asset. So we have a permanent collection on Ken Bozak. We have a permanent collection here. Spliffy has dropped an album on Yoshi Drops, but we'll talk about that later. It's gamified, has a custom smart contract. It's sick. But yeah, you can so you see Dutchy wearing the NFT hat. Mm-hmm. And then if you blend him up, now he's wearing the sandals above.
Right.
And then if you keep going up, then he'll have the fanny pack on, etc. So when we're giving away these pieces, just know that these things blend together. And And so, yeah, it's pretty fun to watch all that happen. And so Spliffy is an awesome story. But first, I want to give you a space to talk and say anything. I got questions. But yeah, so we've got a really hard, like, we've got an innovative project, but I think it's a lot of breath to explain.
Yeah, there's a lot of steps. So there's I mean, there's a lot of projects like that are in that way, but I do feel like yours is very visually explainable. You know, like it's understood. Where there's some other projects that I'm in that, man, it's pretty dense, and the work, it's a workload to play the game or whatnot. You know, where this is like, shit, I get it right away. You know, like Ken on. I actually bought some of the Kennys before he came on. And then, like, I think that's what like triggered me. Like, I saw them or something, and I was like, bought a couple. I'm like, shit, I should probably reach out to Ken and see about getting them on, because I don't think we had him on the show at that time yet, or maybe we had once. But anyway, then it was like he came on, he explained a little bit about him, and it was like that was like my first introduction to what it was that you guys were doing. But to be honest, like, it just sort of fell off the radar just because, you know, there's so many things coming a million miles. So it was awesome. You know, I was away for a couple of weeks, and I come back, I look at the calendar, and I see your guys' name. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. Let's see what this is about. I had to ask him, I'm like, who are these people? And then I started looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. So very easy to understand though, like, and fucking fun as hell, like, and funny. And like with the space, like, so much, like in an original way. So my question, I know, unless you want to jump into Spliffy, I can wait and hold my questions till after.
Go hit me with a question just so we break it up, and then I'll tell you about Spliffy. This is super fun.
I'm curious, like, when you put this whole thing together, you know, the whole digital acid concept, did it start with like where you're at now? Did you know you were going to this place? Or did, like, you know, through like getting into the space and, you know, realizing the technology realizing itself, has like the project started to take more turns in ways that you weren't expected? And then my final question on that is, like, was there an end game sort of goal? Like, is there a bigger mission that you're trying to accomplish here? And that's
awesome. Those are great questions. Yeah, I think okay, so as I mentioned with the first pack, I'm still understanding the mechanics, and at the time we were doing contracts like directly on Atomic Drop X. Like, there was no like NFT creator, there was no Nifty blocks, you know, all those things. I was unwhitelisted, so there was just no options. So I would say at that time, I think it started with the simple idea of the blunt pack. With Dutchy, we were super intentional. And I think the augmented reality aspect stems from, so I had only experienced 2 augmented reality products on the Wax blockchain at the time. And I think there was actually probably none on ETH, or maybe there was. I don't know. I don't even want to say that. But it was very early. And so I had already been doing lots of stuff with Adobe on the note of augmented reality. I was a mentor for the creative residency program and put together a project with a street photographer to try to get a physical book with augmented reality. I've been interviewing people in augmented reality. I have augmented reality glasses, which I had Google Glass in 2014. So you could say it's been coming for a long time, right? I think Dutchy, you know, I collect vinyl toys. So like Dutchy looks like a vinyl toy. So I think it's kind of that mishmash of like culture and then using the blend. So once we got Nifty blocks, by then Nifty blocks was live and it changed our lives. Like, once the blunt packs could be opened automatically and not manually sent out and manually burned from a burn wallet, and it was nuts. So I think that everything became a lot clearer at that point, because we'd already done a couple blunt packs, the blending mechanism, like our whole audience, like our community knows that all of our stuff is sort of blendable. And I think with Dutchy, number one, our goal is that Dutchy is like a membership, because we've been rewarding people who hold Dutchy since the beginning. Like, we've airdropped that album that I'll tell you about. We've we've dropped tokens, we've dropped skins, we keep on building on top of the brand. So now we're giving metaverse skins, but that was never the plan to begin with, but now it is. And so so what I always say is like, like I wake up every day thinking about how do I deliver more value to Dutchy holders. So I consider it a membership. There's only 420 of them. The idea was to fraction them until there's enough variance that they're all rare. So that was part of the roadmap that we did say. And naturally, I think that as a 3D character, it gives us a lot of space to integrate into video games, a lot of stuff that you can't do with 2D characters. So I think it's kind of bringing up the early fundamentals of like when people take a photo with this, or they're like, this is an NFT. They're like, what? So for a lot of people, I think with like the Kenny project, we were very intentional about, for example, the pricing. We wanted to honor Ken's like dollar NFT mantra. So that's why you can get a Kenny that's augmented reality enabled for $1. He's blendable with a blunt, which is another $1. So $2. You've experienced your first blend, your first NFT, and it's AR. So being that Ken brought us onto Wax and is really, I look at him as someone who like is a huge onboarding, like he to me reminded me of people I went to school with. So for me, it became more realistic. Like, oh, okay, this is not like the rich man game. Like this is like accessible to a lot of people, and this can be for normal, $5, $1, and all that stuff. So Kenny is built on that, so I think that as a brand, we always wanted to be a collaboration brand. I look at stuff like Supreme, sneakers, that kind of stuff, and I always loved this idea of having different editions, but a unique take on the blunts. So every single time, like the flavor is based off of that person's artwork. We head into it like an album. I've done some work in the music industry, so we look at it as a whole season. We don't do like drops back to back to back. Sometimes there's no drops. And we want to make it a painful decision to burn. So that's why all the accessories are not just like some shit token. It's like, fuck, I don't want to burn this. Yes, we did our job. And second of all, I think that when I think about the products in my lifetime, like Wheaties box, stuff like that, they feature the heroes that are not my heroes. My heroes like rap, or they're like grungy, or they're tatted up, or whatever. They're just sort of like black sheep. And so I thought, well, what if these blunt packs could be like a magazine, which introduces you to a new artist, a new aesthetic. So like Precog, he does a lot of watercolors and pastels, which is completely different from someone like Wooden Cyclops, which is like all psychedelic. And so I think that in the longer term of things, the collabs we got going this year is nuts. But each flavor is like and I dedicate all that time to that artist, and then highlighting their collection. And then, so I look at it like a spotlight on an artist or a person who I think is super dope. And that's kind of how we come up with these blunt packs. So I hope that answers the question. I might have lost the thread at this point.
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense. I think what you answered the question. Seems as the technology grows, so have you guys, it seems like, and so has the idea. I guess just to throw it back at you, as far as is there a bigger goal or the end game idea? Like, is there like something you're moving towards, or is there like, we want to do all these little projects to raise this, to put it towards like, we have this big, is there something like that? Or no, it's just like what comes, we'll do.
I think that in terms of like, is it a roadmap to build a video game? The answer is no. But I think that we do see a vision of being able to be Dutchy in Decentraland, or be Dutchy in NFT worlds, or be Dutchy in Uplift. I think that's one thing. Like having ownership across different realities does matter to me. Like in terms of like we have augmented reality, we have virtual merchandise that you can wear. We've built some physical, some prototypes of some physical toys.
It's not like I'm asking you the question like you guys aren't doing insane shit or whatever. Like I was just like, I mean, because you're already breaking the mold and inventing the mold. I feel like for a lot of this stuff,
Wait till you
like
hear
you're
that.
saying, you guys are doing the shit. Say
I
that
get it.
again.
You're gonna drop your jaw when you hear that one.
Oh
I think
yeah.
we did the world's first twice with that. So I think maybe our goal is this. We want to make the coolest. We feel the chip on our shoulder about the wax thing, of sort of being underrated.
Yeah.
And I want to give I want our bootlegs, if we're considered a bootleg, I guess, because we're lesser than, to be the best. Like, what if the bootleg toy was better than the like rich man's toy?
Yeah.
So that matters for us to like deliver like way more value than you would pay. I mean, Dutchie's always been like $14 or $7, and the accessories are $7, and we've done stuff for $1, $2. Like, of course, we could have brought it to ETH and done something way different, but I think
in
it's
some ways, like, you know, I agree with you. I feel the chip as well a little bit. But in some ways, I feel like wax is way more advanced than ETH. You know what I mean? When it comes to the technology and the things that you can do, and the things that you can do, we've been able to do at wax for way longer than ETH has been able to do.
This is like the Dutchie thing. I realized like a year later that people were going nuts about the mutant apes and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's our blunt. Got it. Yeah, that's when it transforms the character. Those those burnables are compressing in supply, and it transforms the outcome. So let me talk about Spliffy, because I think this it solidifies your point so much. So I had this idea in the middle of the night, like it just struck me, and I called Wampa and I was like, hey man, I have a theory. It's very strange about blending in the way, I don't know what it's called, but will you like try this with me? And generally what you have is I have this, and I destroy it to get this upgrade, but that's where it stops. And I had this idea about like, well, what if it happened in a loop? So now I had this idea of a player 1 and a player 2. That's what those cartridges are that maybe look like a Genesis Genesis cartridge. And so we decided, okay, we're going to airdrop this to all the Dutchie holders. There they are. And we're going to premiere this new character called Spliffy. So this is the world premiere of this character. And basically we only airdrop Dutchie cartridges. So nobody had Spliffies. They had to go to Nifty Blocks, and basically it's more of like a GameStop trade-in, because you're not required to burn 2 items. It's a even exchange. So you basically get rid of your player 1 and you get a player 2, right? But now what if you could trade in your player 2 back for a player 1? Oh, now it's going around in a loop. So then you could go from player 1 to player 2, back to player 1, back to player 2, but you're still only holding 1 NFT. So it's almost like it's the double spend, right? So what happened was people realized, they're like, wait, so with one, I went on the Ken show, and he said, wait, does that mean that with one cartridge you could burn back and forth and burn through all the mints? And I was like, yeah, you can. And then he was like, well, then someone's going to gamify this thing, and they're going to like just burn up all the. So people started grabbing the cartridge, burning to mint like 111 or 222 or 420, and then keeping both of them, and then buy another one off of secondary, burn all the way up. And we decided to stop it at 777. So we had people battling all around the world with signing transactions to try to get specific mints, and then 777 shuts off the whole game, because we didn't know what would happen if it went into an infinite loop. Like, would it kill our CPU? Like, would wax crash? I mean, we didn't even know what that was called, to blend in a loop. It doesn't make sense. It's like the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail, the destruction and rebirth sort of thing. So it happened, and so later we did a project with Yoshi Drops, and the album is so we did the same thing. Track
I got it up on the screen behind us here.
Yeah, I see
and I've burned through them, and I think I've gone back through it, and I've done it a few times, I think.
So actually the cartridges, taking it a step further. So the album is all by Yoshi Drops. Yoshi, and so basically we only airdropped track 1. So people could go to this site and go to track 2 with their same NFT, track 3. But when you get to track 3, you can go back over to track 1 like a CD or like a record.
Right.
Sitting in a circle. And now that means that you could get mint 400, but if you're the first one to go from song 3 to 1, you got a little mint, right? It basically changes your luck. You can quickly burn to the next track and get a different mint. Now we took it to another level, and there's a smart contract that's built in that spits out prizes based off of mint numbers. So if you did, so this time we rewarded if you hit 111 or 420. So this time we did all 7s like the slot machine. And so every time you had repeating 7s, it would give you some Yoshi bucks. And then there was like a golden track 4 that the only way you could do it is if you hit this specific mint number. And that's why it's not listed here, but they're on the marketplace. And track 4 is only I think 80 people got it out of the thousands. And that's our world premiere of a 3D Spliffy. So people had never seen Spliffy as a 3D character, so we thought it was poetic. And so we tracked the amount of burning and minting. And if I had done this on Ethereum, it would have cost in hard cost and gas fees $35 million.
What is it? Hold on, was that 35 or 85?
Does it matter?
Well, that's why I'm
an
asking.
independent creator. Should it cost me $35 million to do anything at a hard cost? No, 100% not. So that to your point, we have smart contracts spitting out prizes, transferring, minting, burning, all this stuff, and we did it for free, and we airdropped it for free. So I think that it goes to, and there you go. There's the breakdown on that one. That one. There you go. So burn a track, get a track, and it spins like a record. And then if you get the lucky mint, then you get the golden record. And he has a diamond crown, and he's got a gold tooth. So you know that it's super special, and it's a different beat. So that's the only way you could get that specific track.
So sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think so. I think it's a world's first. I don't know what that's called, a burn that goes in a loop. I'm not sure what that's called.
Yeah, who was behind the mechanics on that? Was that Yoshi's side, or was that you guys coming together?
Well, originally the first cartridge was done that way, but it just didn't spit out prizes. And then we added extra firepower with an engineer once we did the second version with them. But what you'll notice here is that this says burned. This says 81,000 mint. Yeah. We didn't mint 81,000. That's the funny thing, is that all of the mint numbers are messed up. They don't make any sense, even on the original collection, because we only distributed 200, but people were getting mint 777. How is that possible?
I love it.
So, and same here. I think we distributed probably less than 10,000.
Is there something? Does it like? Is there something when you burn one and like, because right now it's calculating, right? Like I just burned from track 1 all the way up to track 3, so it's calculating a new number. So does that mean it's like printing a new?
But you got rid of the
NFT,
same one.
Right? So
there's no double spend.
Right, because like when you make these, you don't put a limit number on it, right? Like it has to be open so that you can put it in a. Well, shit, these aren't.
Well, the first one. The cartridge one, we did a max supply of 777, so
okay,
shut off once the one was minted. But then in this one, we didn't burn so much CPU. So then this one, we're like, all right, let's go infinity. And here you see exactly there's existing supply of 2,000, but you have 81,000 minted.
Yeah, and there's 79,000 burned.
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. No, that's crazy.
So I don't even know what the technical term of this kind of blend is. So we were doing cross collection blends and skins and, this kind of, smart contracts that spit out prizes and stuff. So like I said, we're always trying to push the envelope as to what it can do. And I think that's a driving force, just more like, can we break this? Like, can we break the wax blockchain? How can we use this upside down? Like, how do I use this incorrectly to do something new? And I think that was exactly it. It was just like, wait, why does it have to stop? Why is it? So I called it a bidirectional blend because it has both directions, but that doesn't seem right. Like, of course, people who come up with terms and stuff is not very good marketing terms, like the way we still call AI artificial intelligence and shit. So I don't know what this thing is called, but I think one day people will probably use this type of mechanism to switch for like memberships, for example, like, I have this type of insurance policy. I want to upgrade to the mid tier. You're leaving the lower tier to go to the mid tier. There's no double spend. Oh no, I want to go back down to the first tier. And that way there's always a max supply of memberships, but people can decide which membership they want to be a part of without having to buy an extra item with it. So that's kind of our brand. Last year we did collabs with Black, Boneheads, Precog, also known as Nate Milton, Wampa Stompa, Ken Bozak, Yoshi Drops, Uplift, Wooden Cyclops. We did official collab with Wax.io. We were featured for Wax Art Week, Nifty BC, and then I'll drop some alpha. We got a Lupe collab coming and a Graffiti Kings collab coming.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well,
wow.
I can think of.
Oh, and we airdropped one of ones. We did a 420 one of one generative collection, and we gave them because we were just laughing at how like we're $14. It's blendable. It's augmented reality. It does all this shit, and no one cares. And then pixel PFPs that are one of ones. So we did the high friends, and so we airdropped one of ones on every single holder.
Let me ask you something. Why don't they care?
Why don't they care? I think that I think in general 3D has a different challenge. I don't know if like Super Yetis destroyed it for everyone or what, but I think we're in this era of like the animal PFPs on ETH. And then there was like a couple 3D projects, and then some of them were like rugged or like just sort of badly executed. And then I think the idea of utility as well, like that you could do something with it beyond just staring at a screen, is still being figured out by a lot of people. We're also in a bizarre place because we're like not quite art. We're not quite game. We're on the Wax blockchain, which most people have never heard of. And a lot of people see these things and they go, oh, can I buy this on ETH? And I'm like, you can't, sorry, bro. So I think that's part of it. I think, but the people who know us and like are part of our community get that we kind of overdo it. Like we have land for our virtual land. We've got galleries. We've got booths inside of Nifty BC's.
I don't think that's overdoing it. I just think that's utilizing the technology that's there, and it's amazing that you have the time and the resources and the knowledge to be able to figure them out so quickly and use them. Like I asked the question like why, because it's like a question that I'm trying to figure out. I ask everybody this, because I think we're in the same boat. Like, I mean, maybe slightly different in the sense that you seem like 100% Wax. Does any of your guys' stuff live on other chains at all? Are you interested in putting stuff on other chains, or where are you guys at with that?
So, my collaborator for Dutchy and Kenny, Wampa Stompa, he's done some projects on Solana and Tez. Recently also stuff for some contributions for some charity stuff. this is an interesting story in terms of multi-chain. So for a long time, I was a waximalist. Obviously like you saying like, we're doing innovative stuff. These other chains ain't doing the same thing. We got no gas fees, etc. Right. And I think that at some point I listened to myself on a podcast and I was like, if we're going to create the metaverse and interoperability is the goal, then these people who are creating NFTs on all these other chains are just like us. They're trying to achieve the same innovation. They're trying to create decentralized brands. Like we're kind of the same. So why is it us versus them? That's not the way it's going to work out anyways in the end. So the tribalism, I kind of dissolved it and then went the opposite. And I decided that instead I'm going to try, because seeing is believing. So actually, I don't know if you've heard about this project that I'm doing in Uplift, but we created a gallery for the Bored Apes. And
Corey was mentioning a little bit about this when you had him on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our gallery. And it also features other ETH artists. We have Fat Baby. I can't talk about all the names, but we've got Fame Lady Squad. We've got, but then right alongside wax artists like Senior Lupe, Boris. And the thing is that I think what I realized is that seeing is believing. So like I've watched podcasts of people who are like only use ETH and then they do a transaction on wax and they go, what was that? And they're like, well, that's confirmed. But what do you mean? It's done? But yeah. And they're like, it blows their mind a bit, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, saying, the throughput or these, this is our TPS, our transactions per second, it means nothing. It just sounds like a shill on Twitter. But actually using the technology and like getting a free airdrop and not paying no gas, or like walking into Uplift and making some passive income just by walking around a gallery and stuff, that to me. And so I realized that instead I need to actually like invite and demonstrate the technology versus we're the best, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So,
I'm of it, like we're what LeftHousr is or does is like, we make films and we're about to release like our 8th feature film. But this is the first time that we're going to, fully do a release by way of NFT, So in my mind, the conversation is like, I don't want to just be like, my movie's on this chain, fuck you to the rest, like, because some people are like, like they're stuck here and here. I want it to be accessible to all chains, so sure. The question of like how to do that, with the movie, and it's like maybe it's like a different conversation on every different chain, or maybe it's different types of NFTs or whatever that lead you back to the movie or something like that. We're still trying to sort all this stuff out. So I'm like the conversation of multi-chain, cross-chain is like in these purposes is like huge on my brain, So
I think it's going to be a something along the lines of like, perhaps burning an asset on one side, on one chain, and then minting on another. And then when you want to transfer back over to that chain, then that is burned and then reminted over here. You're not going to be able to. That's kind
of like what we have right now. Like we have an art project that tomorrow is Dyslexic 95 Day. And on the wax side, a pack comes out and there's like 3 pieces in it. It's an illustration I did in the 90s. Then I turned it into an animation. Then we turned it into a 3D bubble, and Emmett put like a music loop to it. So like at the end, once all 10 pieces come out, the first 20 people to take those music bubble loops and arrange them in the order that they want, and they submit that back to us, they'll get like a 1 of 1 of that from the Ethereum side. Now, at the same time, like each week when the pack drops, like a 1 of 1 of the animation drops on ETH. And if you buy that, you get like a link to all 10 of the animations, the whole collection on wax. So there's like a little bit of a little back and forth sort of like, like kind of like what you're saying, like,
I've even seen some
here. What's that?
I've seen a bridge that was functioning from wax to Binance, and obviously we know that wax to ETH, there's a bridge that's financed already, right. And so I think that's another thing is like, okay, just because the bridge is technologically possible doesn't mean that people will automatically use it. And remember, the bridge is not just technological, but human and relationship based. And that's when me and Wampa a few months ago started connecting with all these other projects. And I was focusing on a lot of the, the ETH. And I was also asking the same question. Why aren't these sort of like bigger creators or known brands or collections coming over to Wax and at least utilize it a little bit? And so I think that it's just because of awareness. And so we started joining these communities and also understanding like the cultural aspect of like what's expected on ETH when you sell out, and like what kind of roadmap, like even on Wax, like what a roadmap, what the hell is that? Right. Because on Wax, it's just like, hey, I bought your art. Cool. You don't have to do anything else. And then Wampa went the extra step and went ahead and joined every blockchain and basically joined these PFP projects to give you IP. In Solana, Tez, there he goes. And that's the project there that in the PFP. You can go to balaclavas.wampastompa.com. And basically what he did was he mixed all of these IPs from Tezos, Solana, Ethereum, Wax, 7 blockchains, 30 collections, and then blended it all together as a single generative PFP project, and then is dropping it on Wax. So basically, you could have the head that's from Solana, the teeth that are from Tezos, the ears that are from Wax or whatever. So we have like Senior Lupe mixed in there. You get like a chummy that's sitting on the guy's hand, or a chummy hat. So it is essentially the epitome of this idea of cross-chain and sort of the metaverse, right? It's like if you think about like Sonic wearing a Mario hat or Mario wearing Sonic shoes, this is how it'll look. Go to the site balaclavas.wampastompa.com.
All right, I'm gonna need a spelling on that one.
Oh, BALA, Bala, Clava, CLAVA .wampa. WAMPASTOMPA.com.
What?
So BALA balaclava .wampa WAMPASTOMPA.com. That's the greatest plug because I had to say it like 20 times. So everyone who's watching,
fuck me. I'm a dyslexic idiot. This never happens. It's never gonna happen.
You had it right, but you just need to add an S at the end of balaclavas.
Oh, okay, shit.
But it's all spelled.
Not far. Thank you so much.
You're just left of the answer.
Oh,
boom. Okay, so scroll down a little bit here, and you can see that he's got a rarity sniper that he programmed himself. It's going to be 7,007 from 7 blockchains, 30 collections. There you go. Wax, Ethereum, Tezos, Polygon, Solana, Cielo, and Cardano. And that's all the IP that could, and all the traits are manually inputted because, of course, there's no way to bulk upload one of ones. So in the metadata on Wax, you can see where the hand came from, where the teeth, the head, and it will be one of those projects there.
That's pretty fun.
That's amazing.
It's super fun. I think there should be some examples of the way they look. Maybe, there you go. So he's just been dropping them like 30 a week. And then when they're gone, and then he'll drop 30 more. They're all generated. They all have a rarity sniper, but he's updating it based off of recently minted. So you may have the #1 rarest this week, but then, as more are minted, then it may change. But yeah, you can see Pizza Hand, which is a Wax creator. Let's see, Rascals by Fat Baby. CLO apes. It's crazy. It's the craziest.
That's great. These are beauties.
I love them.
Amazing.
So he's super talented. You can go to wampastompa.com. He does 2D art, 3D art. Clothes. It's crazy. Music videos. And he's got his own collection. So please check out on Atomic Hub, Wampa Stompa 1. Like we basically are like permanent collaborators. Well, we'll see how permanent, but
we're
beautiful
good
friends. Yeah, he's programmed some video games. That I think one of those is a game there.
Yeah,
really.
Well,
this is his game section, I guess.
I can think of one more thing you need, and I don't know if you knew this about Emmett, Left, and I, but we happen to be part of a comic book NFT project that excels in putting out books for other projects. So that may be something, I think Dutchy and Spliffy need to go on their own adventure, don't you?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's totally it, man. I think I collected comic books and cards as a kid. I had the binders. I think I was once on TV showing my binder of collectible cards and shit, sneakers, amazing. All that. Actually, you know what's funny? Metaforce. So somebody approached us months ago, like I think before you guys even dropped. And I want to say, hold on, the name is slipping me. Somebody told me this, and they were like, "Hey, there's these guys, Metaforce. They're building a comic. They're like, you should connect with them." And at the time, we were just like completely swamped. And I was like, I want to, like, it sounds dope, all that stuff. We're just like tapped out. We're still backed up on collabs from last year.
Right.
I teased the Lupe one like last year, and it still isn't out yet. So that's totally us. But that being said, things have slowed down and in terms of like our backlog. And so we're looking for like those 2022 collabs. And I think a Dutchy comic book would be super sick. We have a lot of IP from a bunch of blockchains. So maybe this comic book features all types. And I think that's it right there, right? It's like, we picture a video game that has all of our characters, not just Nintendo segregated and Sega segregated.
Well, that's what's cool about what also is happening on Wax with a lot of the play to earn games, like these other games and collections or whatever, you can stake them in this other game. I don't see a whole hell of a lot of that happening on the Ethereum side, like where these collections they all have their own token. You stake your ETH for that token or whatever, but like I don't see anywhere you can stake on the other Ethereum token. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if anybody see that yet.
I think there's a space where Dutchy can be a driver in a car game, or or a spaceship that just looks like his head. I mean, I think we really want to give people who.
I think it'd be really fun to play like a button mashing game where like you're trying to smoke a blunt faster than like that would be super fucking, like you're just like puffing away and he's puffing and you're puffing and you're just like that. I'd play that.
That was like our first question from people was like, so can I get like a physical blunt or something like that? Damn, dude, like the regulations
just sell me weed.
Oh, that would be kind of cool. Like like you roll your blunt. You hit play, you're smashing away, you're smoking your blunt, and then, it's like on you, the merit system, like when your blunt is done, did you finish it before or not, like the merit system.
No,
and if you're honest, you can get rewarded with NFTs. I'm just kidding.
In the early stage,
but no pinners. You got to roll those blunts, right?
Oh yeah. What's funny in our PFP, the high friends, the one of ones, they have like the blockchain blunt mini or the king size blunt. You know what I mean? So definitely. But I think what's cool too is like when we were doing the transferring, which again, like you would have to pay gas fees, so it kind of like kills that whole use case where we were passing around like 30, 40, people in a loop. We would get Lupe like would be next in line, and the other person would be Boneheads or whatever, Wampa, and then we would have a fresh blunt that was just open. It got passed. Now all the metadata is on there, and then it would auction for triple. Why? Because of the moment, because of the historical value logged to it. It's like if Snoop Dogg passed you the blunt, like would you not want to cherish that forever? And so if it says on there, hey, Wiz Khalifa passed it to Snoop and then passed it to you, and it shows that it's in a cycle, in a cipher, like that is, so it is kind of like the basis of like community, but then also tying in like cultural relevance to the blockchain. And like, that's what matters, is like what stories we tell. I'm sure people will look back at the blockchain at our project like long after we're gone and go, what the hell were those people doing? Transferring NFTs in a loop for no reason, burning tens of thousands of NFTs. What? It makes no sense.
Or it's like, fuck, I need to have one of those
Footlong
because of
joint.
this, you know what I mean? Like, if I wish I had one of those NFTs from that circular burning thing back in the old days. Somebody, you know, it could be.
Hell
it's the
yeah.
weird thing. Like, as you were going through this, like, you know, when we first got back on after I fixed my computer issues, I was like, shit, like, when was my first NFT that I, you know, when on Wax, what was the first? And I looked back and it was 8/20/20. And I was like, God damn, I can't believe that's when I got on this place and started doing stuff. Yeah, because it was Upland that got me into the whole Wax space, and it was or NFT space, really. Yeah. And it was so funny because it was like, oh, this is a game, you know, it's NFTs. And at first it was like, whatever, how do I make money? I don't give a shit. How do I play this thing? Whatever. And I didn't realize like all these properties were NFTs. And then I started hearing about NFTs and I was like, oh, that's what this is. But at the same time, like there was like a group of people from Upland that created like Upland fan art was the name of the collection. And like I got invited to be a part of that. So started making little pieces for that. And, you know, I remember the night I was trying to figure out how to mint something on Wax, and I was very stressed out and I was fucking feeling stupid and pulling my head out. I was like,
panic attacks.
I'm so dumb. Like everybody else can do this. And I'm an idiot, you know, like my girlfriend probably almost broke up with me that night. It was that bad, you know?
I think I have a meltdown every time we mint.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then, you know, yeah, just to learn something new in technology at the age that I am is like, makes me feel stupid as hell, but I get it. And then you
neighbors so in the Metaverse, LeftHousr in Uplift. I think we were neighbors. Right on.
You guys
have that big spot over there with the rabbit on it.
Yeah.
I think we're neighbors now. I know that's not too special because we're literally all over Genesis. We got like over 50 something properties, but yeah, I think one of our meteor properties is over by we got like a 250 or something, 250 by 250 community plot or something.
Yeah.
That sound about right?
Yeah.
Well, you guys, good. I just checked, and apparently my 1-year birthday on Atomic Hub is tomorrow.
Dude, isn't it so good that they added that you can see the time you created the account and all that stuff? That's so cool.
Yeah. That is very, very cool. But yeah, man, like your project's a hero, and I love everything you guys are doing. And
underdogs, though. Nobody knows us.
Yeah, it's insane to me that it's that way. Yeah, but like, you know, it doesn't, like, in a way, like I don't really think it matters. I think history will, in time, will, like, as long as you guys are doing it the way you're doing it, and it seems like you guys are having fun, and like there's a lot of love and passion in what you guys are doing. So it's like, you know,
we do so much stuff that's
don't quit. What's that?
We do so much stuff that's not profitable. It's insane. Like I mean, we've done so many like airdrops and blends and stuff that, you know, just make no money. But the idea is not about money. It's literally not that. It's the opposite. It's say like, how can I innovate? How can I I've even seen like a parent buy a duchy for a kid and then take photos together, and it's amazing to think about this, you know, that child will remember that's part of it, like the way that I would have remembered like an action figure, you know. So I don't think that's the driving force for us, is like to become some sort of like mega lucrative, like everything we do is a way to squeeze more wax out, or not at all. If anything, like we do way too many airdrops, way too much free art. Like, we're, you know, hey, this is AR. This has, you know, all that extra development. It doesn't, for $10 or for $5.
Doesn't reflect in the price. Yeah.
It doesn't really add, but yeah, I think, you know, all of us just really care about like our community. Like we say good morning every day. By the way, if you want to join us, our links are kind of all over the place, but Telegram is Blockchain Blunts. And then we have a Discord as well, but our website, thedigitalacid.com. And yeah, we even became a room of like people asking about how mechanisms like work, and like new artists would come, and so we're like a room of artists as well. Like I would say we have more artists in our room than collectors.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Awesome.
It's super fucking
awesome.
cool what you guys do. I think what maybe you need to do is to have put out one project, put out something where it's really fucking expensive, you know, like over the top expensive, and then like, and maybe drop it on ETH so people will buy it. You know what I mean? Like, and then you can fund the rest of the year that way or something stupid. You know what I mean? Fund all the free projects you do.
There's some consideration going on there. We have a lot of ETH communities who like we're now connected. And like I said, we're bringing, you know, Bored Apes and a lot of these projects to Wax. And then, you know, their question is like, but how come when, right? So we are looking at, you know, I don't know if we're going to go ETH or a different proof of stake blockchain. I don't think we'll ever do Dutchy action figures the way that we did, because I like everything I do when I think of like scarcity or like protecting the collectors, I really, really care about all that stuff a lot. Yeah. And so I would never want to like create like a Dutchy on ETH that like looks the same or anything like that. It would, so, but Spliffy has only had a music career. That's what I can say about that. And there is no augmented reality action figure of him. There is no PFP series rooted around him. So I think there's some opportunities. But I think Wax still, I agree. Like, would it be dope to be like, you know, building video games and all that stuff, or building all these like extra stuff? If we had money and firepower behind us.
You're already doing so much extra stuff. Yeah, you guys are already doing so much insane
we're gonna
stuff.
go nuts.
I mean, it would be interesting to see like where you will go when a big buck drops on you, because like I know it will for sure. That's not
again, like I think
but
for
it's not
NFTs,
the point.
We're not here like necessarily, like I said, it's not the biggest point. Like a lot of things are like money grabs and stuff. I think I'm like learning, I'm enjoying the culture, the community.
Yeah, no, I just mean like as a filmmaker, I've always like, I feel like you got to act from with where your budget is. Like if you try to like make something outside of that range, you're going to look like a fool. And I feel like that's what you guys are doing. I'm just saying, like, if you had like a fucking insane budget, I would just love to see what you did with it. That's what I meant by that. You know,
we would definitely. I think there's still room for that. And I think that because we minted early, I think when people go back to Wax, or whenever that, you know, it has its moment, I think, you know, we've left a pretty, you know, solid mark. We're still going. A lot of projects don't keep going. Yeah, we've had, you know, multiple drops, and we're not going to stop. And also it's probably worth saying that, you know, prior to this, I've worked with a lot of blue chip tech companies as a product designer, worked with Facebook, Adobe, those kinds of things. If my main objective was to be making money, it probably wouldn't be on the Wax blockchain. I could probably just take like a tech job. But I think it's freedom, creativity, culture, like doing something that we don't even quite understand. I think that's why we're doing all the shit that we do. And we are looking at potentially something ETH-y.
Awesome. I'm very excited for that. I'm very, very excited to see what you guys do on that side. But yeah, there's something amazing about the NFT space, and what NFTs provide is like the creativity and in the delivery. That is something that we haven't really seen like this before. I mean, like projects, and there's been cool things back in the day, like even like going to fucking raves. It was like, oh, you got to go to this place to get the map, you know, and all this thing, you know. There was like little
interactive CDs. Like, what about CD booklets that like, I remember someone came with like the you know, the red and blue glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like a phone number, and then you call the phone number, and then it's like, here's the coordinates, and then you go to the coordinates, and then it's like a CD like laying on the street. Like I think I come from that era as well. I want to see like this
secret decoder rings and cereal boxes, man, like amazing.
I love all that. I
Yeah,
love
me
all
too.
the interactive and the you know, unlocking. I think that's another huge opportunity for Wax at some point when we do unlockable content. I don't know what's the delay here, but that would be a huge thing for us, especially when OpenSea can do it. By the way, I know that
blending is kind of like unlockable content though too, you know,
it
like
is,
in a
but they can
funner
see
way.
it. They can. People can look at the templates, even non-minted templates, and like, so like if I wanted to say do like a discount code for our merch and then like do it as a blend, people could just go to the templates that are non-minted and then read the code before, you know. So
That's true.
Yes and no, but I think that it's a matter of time. It seems like Atomic is listening to features and wanting to maybe upgrade stuff. Nifty Blocks is like, you know, if it weren't for Nifty Blocks, we wouldn't exist. I think it wouldn't have been sustainable to manually do all this shit.
So what they've given us is amazing.
It's on the way. I think it's definitely on the way, and I think that, you know, when I've talked with you know, head director at Viacom, who handles like Nickelodeon and MTV and that kind of stuff, and I had that conversation with them, and he's, you know, how are people going to use this in their regular lives? And like, I see it as, if you're at an award show and you're going to give away this limited edition skin or NFT that commemorates the moment, it's not going to be with $100 gas fee. I don't think that someone's going to buy a, you know, a Christmas present and be like, hey, honey, sorry, we got to wait till January when gas drops for you to get that Barbie. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I see, I've always seen Wax as this awesome way to democratize technology, democratize this at scale. And I imagine that Super Bowl QR code that Coinbase did, but instead a Wax claim link. I mean, that in itself is revolutionary.
But it's actually a scam link. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Exactly. Well, yeah, there's that too, right? Yeah, I don't know. And that's the other thing. I don't know if
Wampa Stomp is saying seems like Atomic Hub said they're already working on it in their AMA last week, I believe. Is that referring to the unlockable content?
I think so.
Yeah.
And on that note, if you I know that there's a way to do it via code right now with Pinata Cloud. They have something called submarining content. But I have yet to mess around with it. So I know that we're just like right there on the edge of doing it.
Cool. Super cool. Love it. Well, man, you've been with us for a long time. We've taken up much of your time. It's been insane and awesome. And we'd love to have you back another time. Anytime you guys have something that you want to rap about or shout about, you got to drop that, you know, or we're huge fans. So we'd love to have you back. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna ask LeftHousr to put us in a room together so I can chat your ear off about a comic book.
Dude, I would love to do a comic book, man. I'm comic book head. It's probably what started it all.
Awesome.
So would love to do anything with you know, either you guys and appreciate definitely. So yeah, so guys, right there, he's about to give away some NFTs. All those are blendable.
These are all going out today. So yeah, thank you definitely for coming on and joining us, and for supplying some giveaways for the day as well.
Super cool.
Going out.
One click thing. Click on that Dutchie.
Yeah.
I just want people always miss this because they never click on the second and third images. You see that QR code at the end, the right? That's how you launch augmented reality.
Sick.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right.
Sick.
Yeah,
there you have it.
We give you a full set. So you have the blunt pack. You need to open the blunt first, and then you can combine the blunt with him. So you can blend up to a level 5 right there. And then that pack down there is based off of the PFP series we did. And that one's, you could look at the floor price on that, buddy. That's like a couple $1,000, I think.
Yeah, nice. Good Lord.
Sheesh. Jiminy Christmas.
That's a prize right there. Jesus.
Yeah. So hope the Left House community enjoys those. And then, yeah, definitely, like, if you have any questions, hit us up. Twitter, The Digital Acid, thedigitalacid.com, The Digital Acid everywhere, thedigitalacid.eth.
Yes.
The Digital Acid.
Yeah.
Awesome. Stompa and balaclavas and LeftHousr and Metaforce.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Love
thank
it,
you
man.
so much.
Thanks a lot. We'll talk
Thank
to you
you
Catch
so
soon.
up with you soon for sure.
Bye.
Take care.
Peace.
Very good.
See ya.
All right, Mr. Penguin, what is going on in the wonderful world of the great and powerful Metaforce?
Yeah, sounds like a new comic book is in the works, and man, yeah. So there's a lot going on in the world of Metaforce. Really, it's and some of the stuff is actually getting closer and closer to where I'll actually be able to talk about it. But for now, we have Metafusion Monday tonight, so that's going to be happening in just under 3 hours at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And we've got that on Twitch. We're going to try over on the Discord again. We're going to do some sort of hybrid model. We're going to be playing around with it a little bit tonight to figure out exactly what's the best way to go about it and where's the best way to log on. We got Louisville Snuggler, who's going to be doing some immersive streaming and showing off the Metaforce store within Immersis. We have what else do we have? We got lots of activity going on the Discord, right? So if you stay active on the Discord, answer questions, post questions, whatever you want.
Wait a minute. What are we looking at here on the screen here?
Oh, so that is the ability to read issue 1 within Immersis. Now, I believe Louisville was telling me it's only available on the testnet right now. So this is like beta footage.
That is crazy. You can go read the comic book in Immersis.
Yeah.
Look at that, people. That's mind-blowing. That's the metaverse at work right there. Sorry to interrupt. You can go back to
No, not at all. No, not at all. Yeah, so stay active in the Discord, be active in the Discord, earn free NFTs, things like that. There's never any shortage of ways to get involved. We just posted a job offer for if you fancy yourself a writer and you'd be able to do a couple articles a week on Medium for us with content we provide. We will compensate you for that. So check out the job posting in the Discord and DM me if that's something that you're interested in. Man, oh man. And then we have, of course, today we've dropped the latest pair of Alien World stickers.
Yes.
So we've got some good things coming. We have the Water Baron out today, and he is sort of a hybrid race, not necessarily a human, not necessarily an alien. We got some cool stuff on him. That he's probably my favorite. I love the look of this guy. Mr. Mars Utah, out of the brain of Mr. Mars Utah.
Yeah,
and of course these promos are all going to be blendable for the CMX NFT, which is your Metaforce token. And that CMX NFT should be out next week. So the number 1 CMX NFT featuring our very own who won? Blockfather. We got Blockfather on the 1, Magisto on the 5, and it looks like Wardrop's going to be on the 10.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so hold on one second here. Where did you go, buddy? I wanted to bring this over and talk about. Look, I want to show this real quick. Look at this. Look at
we're rising in rank, eh?
Rising in the ranks here. Number 13 over here on the Our Planet staking system.
Number
13. Mars Utah's favorite number. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we got Our Planet staking, we got Wombat Dungeon staking. We got a lot of fun stuff with the old Metaforce.
Wombat, yeah, that's right. You can put up where is it? I got a couple over here, I think. Some sitting on the sidelines. They got some in there already. Yeah. You can stake up.
Yeah.
Stake up, fellas.
Stake up.
That's
how's
right. Your Wombat going? Your Dungeon Master.
Mine's going pretty well. I'm at level 10. I'm at
Damn, you guys are so much farther ahead of me because they had to go do the movie that I
can't
wasn't
take a
able
week
to...
off, man. What do you expect?
I take 2
right?
weeks off. I'm at level 6 though.
Oh,
Creeping up
okay.
on 7.
There you go.
Not bad for being away for 2 weeks.
No, and I love like
It's fun.
You know, it's not only is it fun, but like for someone like me who just loves to flip an NFT, you know, I win those packs sometimes out of my daily claim.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, I don't, you know, even if I can get 0.4 wax for it, I'm like, yes, give it to me. I want it. You know, obviously, if I can use it, I'll use it. But if I don't need another pair of sharpened claws, I want that 0.4 wax. And it's just, you know, it doesn't matter what NFT I sell. I get the same thrill every time.
Now, what can we talk about when it comes to our planet and staking, like with the Metaforce? Can we talk about that yet? I don't know what's like. You know, I've seen some stuff in our messages and this and that, so I don't know what's fully public or not. So I don't want to go any farther than that if I can't. You know,
I mean, so we we are getting into our planet staking based on the community overwhelmingly requesting it, right? Originally, we didn't necessarily have plans to be involved in our planet
until Mr. LeftHousr over here pushed it a little bit.
Rallied
the people heard me and came together and pushed us up the ranks. Sorry, I'm feeling like a fucking president right now.
So to answer your question, I mean, as far as I'm aware, that, you know, nothing has changed as of yet. So, you know, all you can still stake all of the various
right,
Metaforce
but that
assets.
Going forward, that might change.
That now I don't have a timeline because it's not up to Metaforce; it's up to our planet.
Okay, all right.
We have been very transparent, especially in the Discord server, that if you choose to stake Metaforce assets, that's fine, but at some point those values are going to change.
Right.
So as should always be the case, you know, don't buy Metaforce assets if the only reason you're purchasing them is to stake, because that may just go away at some point. Not entirely, right? Well, I mean, maybe entirely. Who knows? Our planet will do what our planet will do. But yeah, you know, we are moving to a model where it is just the crafted items, the fused items that you get credit for. So blend those champions, blend those badges. So yeah, nothing's changed as of yet, but it may. So, you know, there are lots of reasons to buy Metaforce promo stickers, and that is primarily the blend to CMX NFTs. But if again, don't buy it just for our planet staking if that's your sole reason. I guess that's that. But yeah, at some point that might go away.
Copy. Alrighty. Well, I can't log out for some reason, and I'm in the LeftHousr wallet. I don't want to buy these stickers.
You're stuck forever.
I know what's going on. It's new habit.
Stuck forever.
But all right, so that's cool. Metafusion Monday, new drops, new Alien World Metaforce collab sticker promos here. Blendable. We're winning the war on our planet.
We got a new job posting.
What the heck's when's Warsaken gonna start now? Damn it, soon?
When Warsaken?
Yeah.
When Warsaken?
That's what
I want to know.
Got the Warsaken partnership.
Maybe Stoned has the info on that.
Stoned, you out there, buddy? Because when are we doing that?
It's going to be a unique partnership in that Warsaken, I think, is mostly handling the art, and then we're handling the binding and stuff. So I'd imagine that one will still be a little bit of a ways down the road.
No, I didn't mean like the us doing a book with them. I just meant like, when does the game start? When can we start? You know, when does the Metaforce staking and Warsaking happen? Do you know what I mean?
For partner staking.
Partner staking. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure.
And also, are we still with the NFT battle miners too? You can still not stake, but win Metaforce cards by mining in NFT battle miners. That's correct.
I haven't heard that it's gone away, but I also know we haven't
talked about it in a minute. It hasn't come up in a bit, but I believe that's still a thing.
We're still a partner. It's still partnership's still alive and well. Partnership with Neon Space still alive and well. Yeah, all of these things are going really strong. Marble Cards, we're looking at doing a second release with them. So, yeah.
Yes, indeedy. All righty. Very good. Very, very good.
Stone says it'll be a while yet before partner staking in
okay. So we're a little ways away.
War staking. Shouldn't war staking be called war staking, right?
War staking.
We're staking.
War staking.
War
We're staking.
When stake.
When staking.
I think that would make a lot more sense if they did that. And I would be into that. Definitely be into that. Where am I at here?
Be into that.
Anything else going on with the Force that we should chat about on this fine Metaforsal Monday?
You know, I really want to underscore the importance of getting these promos, because you're going to want to take advantage of the CMX NFT. That's going to be kind of a similar, not an infinite loop like we were talking about with the digital acid, but you are going to be able to burn the non-fungible version, the CMX NFT, over to the fungible version, the CMX token, and then you'll be able to go back the other way. So it's kind of a similar idea in that regard.
Yeah. Interesting, Bob. I think so. So how many stickers do I need? What'd you say?
It's a 5-to-1 ratio.
Okay,
so you'll be able to burn
if I had
5
50,
promo
I'd
stickers.
be in a good spot.
5 promo stickers for a one CMX NFT, basically.
So 50 would give me 10. 5. 25.
Yeah, don't make me do math. I'll count on my fingers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So 10.
10. We can go with 10. 10 tokens, 10 coins.
Going what? 10 going 20. 10 sold.
Holy shit, these are gonna end? Oh my god.
Can't we're talking tokens and stuff. We don't want to have it. We can't have an infinite supply.
No, that's fair enough. I just need to buy a crap ton of these. But look, I'm locked in. They won't let me out.
You're locked in, baby. It's you've committed. You've got to stay. FD Blocks is teaching you about commitment.
Oh no, I'm out now. I'm going in with my own wallet, and you can't stop me. I'm gonna buy them all right now, and then I'm gonna put them up on the secondary market for way more. No, I'm not. I won't do that.
Sick. We could buy followers, primes, and viewers on MountTVviewers.com. Remote the space. That's all we got to do.
Space.
It's amazing.
I'm sure they appreciate the free air time.
Yeah, what'd you do that for, Em? You dork. It's a spammer there. Get out of here, Coconut Pete, you bum. Go get a real job. Kick him out, Em. Kick that guy out of here. I don't like
That's it. Brother said kick you out of the house.
You're out.
First one out of the house this year.
Bada boom, bada bing. You're done. Come in here with your garbage.
You ever heard that clip of Bill Hicks getting really angry and kicking out that heckler?
Oh yes, I have. And he didn't leave the stage. That one?
Yeah.
That was a good time. All right, I'm buying 5 of these.
All right, do it.
And I'm doing it. I think I get 5 of the other ones now, so then I'll have 10. That's not enough, though. I need 50.
It appears the AF check-in channel was not open. Would you like me to do that, sir?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. No Vis today, huh? No Uncle Vis with the list? He didn't open it up? We should definitely
Uncle Vis, actually. No.
No, we should definitely open it up.
All right. AF check-in is open. Not sure how I'm going to get you a list. Probably it'll take a little bit longer because I'll have to figure out how to make it all pretty.
I don't know how he does that. How he makes it so pretty so fast.
I'll make it pretty. It's just going to take another 90 or so minutes.
That's fine. Okay, so Action family members, the list is probably open at this point.
Oh.
Is that true?
Yeah, so the room's open. I'll keep it open for whatever seems reasonable. I'll shut it down a few minutes after the influx of names stops coming in. And you will not receive any thumbs ups. Just assume that if you're in there above the message I post saying the room is locked, that you're in.
There you go. So get in where you fit in, Action Family. Act now.
No, that's AF check-in. I guess I'll give an at. Should I give an at here, or should we limit it just to people watching right now?
Probably watching.
What do you think, Left? Limit it just to people watching, or should I give it an at here and alert people?
I mean, you called it, didn't you? You already said, I don't want to go against my brother.
Just watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Whatever
watching,
you
man.
think. If
Just
you wanna
watching
get-
because these are coming in from the acid.
Yeah.
And there's like $1 billion prize in there. So
Yeah,
the fact
that's
that
true.
they're doing that,
I should make sure I'm going to enter because I want that $1 billion prize.
and you guys are the ones that are here watching.
All right. Well,
And,
I'm going to keep it open for another 2 minutes.
you know, if the Action
Wait.
Family fellas find it in the next 2 minutes, good on them. In the meantime, let's just look at a couple of other things that are out there. First of all, we're going to have an incredible week, you guys. We tomorrow we have Fun Uncle who's going to join us. Here, let me see
Not-
what I can do
Not
here.
the Gnome de Gur I'd have chosen, but
No,
still.
Fun Uncle. He's a YouTuber. He's a film lover. He's one of the lads. He produces a lot of content for them, a lot of their shows, and man, he's awesome. He's a knowledgeable, awesome dude, and he's been around for a minute. And I think it'll be. I've been a fan of his for a long time. And if you guys haven't seen him or know him, I think you guys will become a fan of his. And yeah, great dude. Has great interviews and always great content. He actually turned me on to another one of our guests that's coming in this week. It's a streaming platform is their goal. It's TT. Let me pull them up here and show you guys. But yeah, an NFT streaming platform. And for films, they have like a film festival, film contest festival thing coming up. This is their Space Cowboy NFT that I think goes on sale in April 22nd. And it's kind of like your key to getting into the streaming service and watching their content and whatnot. So it'll be fun to have them on. Nova Pangea is going to come on Thursday. So we'll get them in and talk about it all. On Wednesday, wonderful
Me.
Whelps Wednesday. Somebody
Me.
else is on the list. Who is it?
Who is it? Who is it?
Go to our
Button,
YouTube.
button. Who's got the button? All right, 30 seconds, people, and I'm going to close this channel down. 30 seconds. I'm going to hop out of stream so I can focus on getting you a list, and then I'll put myself back into the stream when
Beautiful.
when I send you the list. I'll be right back.
Awesome. Thank you, Penguin. So there he goes. Let's see. Who was Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday is the Space Cowboy. Thursday's Nova Pangea. Tomorrow's Fun Uncle. Today was Digital Acid. And of course, Crypto Monkey Friday on Friday. Do we have somebody coming in yet? Maybe not at the moment, but maybe we will down the line. In a couple weeks, we're going to have this project. Soulcraft is going to join us. And we love the trailers. They have a trailer. We should watch it because it'll blow your minds. But let's go to let me switch up the sharing thing so we can actually watch with sound. We love trailers around here, Bob.
We do love trailers, Bob.
We
Got
do.
one on the website now if you're interested.
What's up?
We've got one on the website now if you're interested.
It's right here. Check this out. Flip your lid.
It's your destiny, brother.
Yeah, right? War for Solana. So, they got a lot of crazy features in here. P2E gaming unique generated 3D art in-game assets, 10 plus team members and growing. Welcome to the Solana meta. I feel like this is kind of like a DeFi Kingdoms type thing, where they have all sorts of ways that you can grow token, but then they also have that game where you can run around and fight people and earn shit that way, which is pretty cool.
GameFi.
Yeah, mining, breeding, passive, marketplace, whole bunch of, it's a whole deal. So it'll be interesting to have them on here and check out this one.
Oh yeah, it looks legit.
You get clued into this, Em? Did you see about this? Over the weekend, there was a big UFC fight, and a couple of the fighters were mentioning this project, this token, which is a passionate MMA fans community fighting for fair payments to warriors. It's the Marshall Rogan is the MRI and this NYU. Marshall Rogan INU, whatever the hell that stands for. But they have a bunch of the UFC fighters that are on their roster that they're like hooking up with this token, and you can buy this on Uniswap right now. But these are the sponsored fighters right here on their roster.
We're still on the Soul. If you could bring us
because we're blocked into the thing. All right, thank you very much for telling me that, so I don't look like a fool.
No worries.
God damn it, I'm just a fucking fool. You're making me look like a jerk. Okay, here we go. Here it is. This is what I was talking about here. The Marshall Rogan INU fighting for fighters. Support more than 40 professional MMA fighters. Over $5,000 million distributed. Buy it on Uniswap. Fund the action. We love action around here. By MRI to directly support the fighters. No middleman. Empowering athletes to fight for their dreams. Look at this list of fighters. Look at these guys on here. You got Chael Sonnen. He doesn't fight anymore. But Bobby Green, Brandon Moreno, Korean Zombie. I mean, some big names.
They all got airdropped MRI tokens.
You did?
These guys probably all did.
Yeah, they get the tokens when people buy them or something. I think they get like a percentage, or I don't know how it works. But I think it's cool, help out these fighters.
What does Rogan have to do with it? Anything or no?
I don't know if it's Rogan. It's Marshall Rogan. Do you know?
Yeah, but
Marshall
look,
Rogan
they have a video clip of Rogan up there.
Where? Well, he's just talking about it. Let's see what he has to say, Bob.
The Joe Rogan experience. And me, I always run with a dog. Everybody is his best friend. Everybody is his best friend.
I don't know what's going on.
What's it mean?
It's his anthem.
Okay.
Who's Marshall Rogan? Is that Joe's dad?
It's probably Joe's dog.
Why Marshall Rogan? Okay, so there's a dog here. I see. Are these like comedian people who are? Oh yeah, there's some of Joey Diaz,
Brendan Schwabe, if you want to consider him a comedian.
All right, so that's how this goes here. I see. All right, very cool.
I did hear him shout it out. They said, MRI's blowing up, baby.
Yeah, that redneck fighter. Yeah. And then they came up a couple of times on there.
Okay.
The money for fighters from fans are supported of the MMA community has always been there. We just needed a simplified platform to prove it. All right.
Because
All
UFC
right.
support, not directly, but as long as UFC doesn't prohibit crowdfunding. Okay.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, fighters lost their sponsorships a long time ago when the Reeboks of the world started to enter, and the fighters had to wear certain suits out to the arenas and things like that. So it's cool to see them exploring what's
And the
options.
old Logan Paul's made it a topic of conversation at the moment.
Jacob Paul.
Jacob Logan. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's an interesting thing that's going down. And last thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the getting out of here is part of it, and the fun part is Dankset.io. Check this out. Dankset is an explorer for visual assets minted on Bitcoin. You can now make Bitcoin NFTs. NFTs that would live then on the Bitcoin blockchain. And our boy Norman Comics has some pieces up here. That's who hipped me to this.
Yeah, he's up to some cool stuff right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So check it out. What do you guys think about NFTs on BTC? What do you think about it?
I don't understand how it works.
Just like on any of the other chains,
I just didn't know it was possible, but I guess I never thought about it really.
Yeah,
I don't like it. Keep the Bitcoin for the Bitcoin.
Bitcoin kind of gets everything way slower than everything else. All the layers and stuff seem to come late.
I'm a Bitcoin traditionalist. Get your newfangled NFTs out of here.
You fandangle.
I think some of the original they weren't called NFTs, but were minted on the Bitcoin blockchain. I could be wrong, perhaps, but I'm pretty sure it was called crypto art at that time, and it was on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Lame.
And other places as well, Hive or Steam.
Crypto art.
Oh man,
it's very crypto-centric, very Pepe-centric so far over here, boys and galleys. Ooh, look at that one. That's a good one. Pepe the Miner. Whoa, wee.
Like underage Pepe?
What?
Underage Pepe? The Miner?
Very good. Very good.
I get it.
Sorry.
All right.
The best jokes are the ones that need explaining.
That's true. So we got a list now, huh?
So if I'd done it right, I don't know how Viz does it every day.
You did it.
I only had 15.
15. Look at that.
All right. Well,
grub fish.
You heard it. You heard it here first, folks. We're going in. How many prizes are we giving away today, Bob?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So I have 5 of the. We have a decision here to make. I'll share the screen. Real
Decisions, man.
Because these 5 pieces that come from this duchy here.
Let
me see. Can I share?
Yeah, they all kind of go together, don't they?
You can blend them all. I believe these top 5 all can work with duchy here, and you can. So they could all go to one, and then this guy could go to
another.
Goodness, yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
That's a good
prize.
prize.
That's somebody's day.
Yeah.
Instead of breaking them all up and then making you guys have to go humping for the rest of the pieces. Let's just make one guy's day. Penguin, why are you on here twice, you son of a bitch? Oh no, it's not. It's your address. Okay, fair enough.
I was gonna say don't call my honor into question.
Fair
right,
enough.
Cool. So we'll do this. We'll do the Spliffy blendable pack as one giveaway, and we'll do the Hi Friends blockchain blunts Wampa Stampa.
That should be to the top guy, right?
What's that?
Numero uno gets the Hi Friends, and then number 2 gets the other 5.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then
Man.
3, 4, and 5 get hooked up with today's promo stickers.
Boom. Good luck, you grubbers. You
All right,
Action
so
family
should
grubbers.
we grub it up?
Number 1.
Oh, yeah, I'll have some other announcements. We'll do it right after the thing. Some fun things to talk about. All right.
Number one.
Man,
I'm gonna say the
Nifty
Penguin's
Skaters.
name right off the bat. Let's see what happens to him.
Somebody's about to explode.
Nifty Skaters, sorry about that, buddy. You started off hot and blew up right away. Took out a couple other grubbies. Good on you, though, taking a few out. Sorry.
Oh
Sensei.
my goodness! It's down to the last 4.
Sensei.
All right, well, everybody left's a winner.
Sensei, get out of there,
Oh,
Penguin!
buddy.
Oh, thanks
Big
for
Buddha,
taking.
you're
Oh
about
no,
to
Big
blow
Buddha,
up.
get out of
Don't
here,
do
Big
it.
Buddha.
Don't do it, buddy.
Get out of here, Big Buddha. Don't come towards me. No, no, no.
Oh, so
Oh!
close. Oh, you've
The
won
Penguin
one.
is still out there illegally. Ah! He dodges
Darren,
one.
you've definitely won. So that's huge.
That is
I'm gonna explode.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna take
out.
Taryn with
Reverse
me.
today.
I'm going very slowly backwards.
Oh! Good
Knockout.
Lord!
Taryn Lore, well done. Congratulations, sir.
Aaron Lore. Very well done. That's a big
Hell yeah.
one.
Well, there you have it. There's our first place and second place winner.
Penguin, I want to see this decked out spliffy augmented reality somewhere, like in your next to you in bed or something.
Definitely.
You're gonna have to make that happen. Yeah, definitely.
Should I? I'll do it live on Wednesday. I'll do the whole thing on Wednesday.
The blending?
Yeah, the blending
That's
and the
very nice. Oh,
and
yeah.
the opening and the augmenting. I'll do it all on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun portion of our day.
Claw.wham.
No,
Uh,
dot wa.
So
Is it- Is
in
dot
the-
wa correct?
It is. It is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you're looking
I
at
might
here
have
is
messed up in the past then. And
They
changed.
also own the dot wham.
Okay, good.
you folks and freaks that play Train of the Century. There is the Paw Plains prize path here, which is what you're looking at here up on the map. Dreamer's Landing is my station here, and you go around this prize path here, and the person that goes around it the most, wins prizes, wins NFTs, and wins a token, the in-game token for Train of the Century. And there's like up to the top 5 prizes. And this week's featured NFT that you can win is the Action News Monkey, the collaboration that we did with the Crypto Monkeys. That's what's on the path this week. There's a few other collections that are mixed up in this prize path here, and I can show you. What I think I always forget. I always forget because I was out of town doing the whole thing. Let's see if I can pull up one of my billboards. That's a little small when I go there. Let's go to the other billboards. It's comes up bigger here. But yeah, here we are. Here, yeah, we got the new one up. But this is like Pneumatic Station. I think the Monster Vossen there has a station. Let's see. That's cool. We all got these like billboards up that keep you on the prize path, show you where you're at in the whole deal here. Lagoon Park. Let's see. That's just the name of the station. Where's the last week's Monster Strike? That's who's one of the other hosts of the pop-up prize path. But it's a fun one. If you're out there running around, you can win some good prizes, and it's growing. We've just added another station to the path, and I could imagine this is only going to keep going. And yeah, I'm trying to get some of these guys that host these other stations to come on and join us here on the show. I think some of them are like in overseas areas, kind of far away. Is it Sandy Park? Is that the new one? No, that one's been there. Can't tell which is the new one. Huh. Huh. Anyway, that's the deal there. Super cool. Super fun. Get out there and run the rails. Em, you got anything you want to shout out before we go or look at before we get out of here? You're muted up, buddy. Hardcore mute.
Just a shout out and a thank you to the Digital Acid for stopping by, for coming through with some great insight into what they were up to over there. Maybe a collaboration in the works on many fronts I could see. And thanks for the amazing prizes that are going out today. Penguin, if you could drop me your address in the private chat. I just want to make sure it goes to the right person.
Okay, yes.
And it feels darn good to be back. It's a Monk Day around here. A Metafusion Monday will be happening in a few hours.
It
with
will.
our man, the Penguin, live on the Twitch.
That's right. Come to
The
the Discord
Twitch.
or the Twitch. We should be able to accommodate both if what's in my mind can match what I can actually do.
Yes. And hot damn. An action-filled week we will have as a family together.
I'm all
And,
locked up here on the camera side, so I hope you guys like my final stare before we get out of here.
You look very
Good to see.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's good to see everybody in the chat, the senseis, the big Buddhas, the stoned rabbits, the online inns, the flowers, the Terran lores. It was the Wampa Stompa. It's good to see him in there in the chat. Or Maru. Some new names, some freshies. 10th. Hawkage. That's a crazy name. I like that one. Never seen that one before. Coconut Pete. Get the fuck out of here. All right, sorry about that. Em, you want to just do the final adieu of bidding?
Yes, it has come that time, hasn't it, babies and gentlemen? Where we go and do what we do, you do what you do, because we do it best around here. The action never stops. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. PST. And until then, Redface bids you adieu. Good to have you back, brother.
It's gonna be back.
Award-winning action family. Thank you all for being here, tuning in. Don't forget, Metafusion Mondays happening live, just hours away. Collect your Alien World promo stickers. CMX. Dun, dun.